All right, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to do a hip jack. Okay, now a hip jack has the top is beveled; it's a beveled miter, and then the bottom sits on the plate, so it's going to get a bird's mouth. So what we have to do at the top is what we did with a hip rafter. We have to measure back 1 1/16", and then we draw our line. Now, this time we're not going to use the hip because it's not as a hip rafter. We're going to put this on a common. So we put it on an 8 common. Now, on a hip rafter, as you can see over here from this previous example, I went one line in each direction so that I could get a point. Well, on this hip rafter, I only need one beveled cut. I don't need two. So I have to decide, do I go to the right or do I go to the left? If I go to the right and I draw my line, I'm going to get a cheat cut on the back side. So the cheat cut would be here. So that would be considered a left cheat cut. So if I go right, I get a left cheat cut, and if I go left, I get a right cheat cut. So it depends on which side of the hip rafter you're going to put them on. So then I would just go in 3/4 of an inch in one or the other direction, whichever one I needed. I would put it on the 8 common and draw the line. For this one, I would go up with my blade on this side of the line. If I were to do this one instead, then I would have to go, like with the hip rafter, I would have to go down with my blade on the other side of the line, on the outside of the line, okay? Always remember to cut to the waist side, all right? Then, if you're going to do this as a hip, or excuse me, as a hip jack, then you need to have the bird's mouth, and the bird's mouth would need to match the common rafter. So whatever you put on the common rafter, you would now put onto the hip jack, okay? So at one end you have a cheat cut, and one end you got a bird's mouth. So that is a hip jack.